Hey you guys, it's Kana here, and in this video I just wanted to touch bases with you before you get that master file that I mentioned. Now, there may be three ways that you came across this video. Either you responded to the Facebook post that I put out, which I was talking about the importance of building a list, and I offered a free gift for a master file, or you came across by my email list, or you're watching this on YouTube and you just so happen to come across this video. So in this video, you are going to get in the description box below a link to a free gift. It's talking about how to start building your list, and it's going to give you a master file and worksheets that you can use to begin working on your list. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. So the file that I'm going to give you, it's a file by Eric Worre. It's called the Ultimate Memory Jogger. And I don't know if you've come across that file before, but it is absolutely amazing. No matter what type of business that you're doing, most businesses require that you are networking in some way. So when it comes to networking in a business, there are three different types of people, okay, when you're starting to build that list. And the first set are your posers. The second set are your amateurs, and your third set are the professionals, which we all want to get to, right? So the first set, which is posers, and I have been here in my business. And what I mean by a poser is someone who kind of has a mental list, okay, of prospects or leads or whatever. Maybe it's 4 to 5 people that they can think of in their head that can maybe help them in their business in some way. And their whole business future is based upon these people. This is basically operating from luck, okay? So you don't want to be a poser in the business. You know, having that mental list, there's so many things that we have in our brain during the day. There's no way that you're going to be able to keep up with all of that. And then just 4 to 5 people, I mean, if the money is in the list, quote unquote, right, then it's going to be very impossible for you to just take only 4 or 5 people and really have significant growth in your business. So the second set are amateurs, and I have also been here at this place in my business. This is the space that I just left from the professional realm. But an amateur, they may write down a list of about 100 people, and that's a step in a good direction. However, what happens with these people is that they charge out with real excitement and they start contacting these 100 people and they're really getting into it. But as the list starts to dwindle down, their anxiety raises and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any people. They think that they're running out of people. And if you are in that area where you feel like you're running out of people, then you need to realize that maybe you're in the amateur phase and you need to cross over into the professional phase. So finding prospects is a skill, and this is a skill that you are going to be working on every single day of your entrepreneurial life, okay? And as a professional, yes, they start with a written list. However, the difference between a professional and the other two categories is that a professional never stops adding to that list. They take every person they meet, they get their contact information, and then they find creative ways to stay in touch and in front of that person. So for example, the Facebook post that I sent out was a way for me to get in front of people who were normally used to seeing me posting and being in front of me, and they were kind of building some type of trust with me, right, as a warm market. And I gave you a gift, right? And that gift that I gave you was this master file and this video to help you kind of get some more, information to help you grow in your business. And then that excels me because now I have you on my list. Now I can stay in touch with you. Now I've given you some value that you will appreciate me for the rest of your life, right? So that's how that works. And there's different creative ways to do that. One of the things that Eric talks about in his video that I found very, very interesting, or in the file actually that I found interesting, was that he said that professional networkers do this. And this is where I recommend that you start also, is that not only to make a list, but to make the list a comprehensive list. Meaning this, you're not making any judgment about the type of person or who that person is. You're going to just start writing down every single last person that you know, mom, dad, grandma, friends, or whatever. And then from those people, you're going to start breaking off other people and adding those names to it. So for example, if you have your mom, you're going to think, okay, who is associated with mom? Okay, mom is married to dad. Oh, mom has a best friend, Sally. Oh, mom's Aunt Lucy. Oh, my mom's coworkers. Oh, her boss. You know, and then you can start kind of thinking in that way and really jogging your memory. So in this worksheet that I'm going to give you, it's going to give you, I mean, so many subcategories. It's going to help you just build this really huge comprehensive list. And you're going to start thinking of people that you never ever thought of before. And you're going to start building a tangible list. And it has the worksheets for you. It has scripts for you so you can know how to properly approach these people, and it has ideas and ways for you to begin building relationships with these people. For example, birthday cards, or you can send anniversary gifts, or however you want to do that in a creative way. This tool is really my business, and that's why I wanted to give it out and share it with other people. I suggest that you do the same thing, because one of the things as business owners that we need to do is help properly educate other people. There's a lot of people in business and they have a drive for business, but they're really not educated about certain areas in business. And list building and networking is such a crucial aspect of our business that we should have this concept down and we should really understand it. So remember, as a professional, you not only want to get this person's contact information, but you also want to find value to that person. So here's the thing, the master file that you're going to get, it's of course offline. You're going to print it out. There's loads of information in there for you. You're really going to appreciate all 72 pages. So just to let you know, I gave that file out to a friend once and she printed it without knowing how many pages, and she called me up and she's like, Kana, I'm going to kill you. She was like, I was printing 72 pages. And then another friend that I gave it to, she did it at work. Okay, so I'm just warning you in advance. It is 72 pages, but these 72 pages are going to absolutely help you in your business, no matter what area of business that you're in. For me, I come from a network marketing, internet marketing, biz op background, but this can be used for anybody, no matter what field that you're in. So let's talk about transitioning this offline list to an online list. I like to keep both the hard copy and also an online copy of my leads, okay? And the offline copy is more so that I can keep up with things like birthdays, so I can send birthday cards, and then the phone number can be right there sitting at my desk, and I can just pick up the phone and call the person. For the online leads, what you can do is you can put them into an Excel spreadsheet or some type of text file. So if you have an auto response service like Aweber or GetResponse, then you can just upload these leads into your list. Now, you may have some issues with uploading them directly to Aweber or GetResponse. Typically with these companies, if you have your own master list like that, then you would need to, or what they would do is make that individual opt in again, which can kind of decrease your list a little bit. You know, if the person doesn't check their email very often, or let's say that the person's like, what is this? And they're kind of skeptical about it. So that can just decrease your opt-in rates whenever you do it like that. Also, understand about these auto response services is that the more people that you have on your list, the more money that you will spend. And I have a friend that has paid $781 a month for his list because it was so large. And as business owners, we want to have a really large list, right? We want to have a huge customer list. But when the companies are charging like astronomical rates, it's like, oh my goodness, you know, so just keep that in mind. So another thing to keep in mind about these companies is that if they don't like what you are putting out, like if they feel like you're spamming or whatever, then that's going to affect your deliverability. And there's a possibility that you could actually get shut down. So if you are using these type of services, just make sure that you're backing up your files. They typically have a way for you to save your text file or save it somewhere. So make sure you're saving those files. Otherwise, they can shut you down. So what I did to counteract that was started looking for a way that I could control my list and have total control over my leads. So a friend of mine, he told me about using a mass mailing software that I could have this full control of my business with. Not only that, but I could also send up to 30,000 emails just on autopilot. So if I had a customer list and my customer list was, 30,000 people, I could just load them all up with the click of a button, put it into this software, and then whenever I needed to send emails out to my customers, I could just send them out. Well, I come from a network marketing type of background, so sometimes I would purchase leads, right? And it was kind of impossible to go through and just like send an email one by one by one by one to all of these people, right? That gave permission to be contacted. I would always get the leads that, were already phone verified and they gave their permission, but then I had to go one by one by one by one through that. So this software that he introduced me to, it would cut out all on that. And then the good thing about it was that there was a one-time charge. So in Aweber, like I said, the more leads you have, the more money that you're paying, and you're paying that money monthly. But with this, it was a one-time charge. I had my own dedicated server, and I could create newsletters. I mean, it had so many templates in there. They had spam filters that would actually grade my email and tell whether or not it was going to actually hit the inbox or not. There's tracking software in there so you can see exactly who opened it, what time they opened it, what type of file that they opened it in, whether or not it was an HTML file or a text file. It was tracking my hard bounces and my soft bounces. And what a hard bounce is that, let's say that somebody's email is undeliverable, like that email doesn't exist anymore. That would be a hard bounce. Or a soft bounce would be like if I put in some spammy keywords in there, right, and for some reason it didn't go through and it didn't like it and it bounced back. That would be a soft bounce. And so what it would do is it would tell me what my hard bounces were and what my soft bounces were. So I was just thinking, like, in compared to Aweber, you really don't get that type of information, because if something is a hard bounce, it's going to put up a little flag on you. But with my own software, then I really didn't have to worry about that. And then I could just go in and actually the system does it for you. So if you have any hard bounces, it will just automatically get rid of those people for you and not take up any space on your server. So it's really good. It automatically cleans up your duplicate leads for you too. So if for some reason you have several lists and like the same person is on a different list, then you can just remove that person, because you don't want to be not spam, you don't want that person to think that you're spamming them or whatever. So it's just going to clean up that duplicate email that you have in there. So the entrepreneur in me had a light bulb moment, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to purchase license to this software. I'm going to brand it and create my very own. And that way, the relationships that I build with people, then I can give them this tool. So here comes the tool. It's MassMailer Pro. You can go visit at massmailerpro.com and you can see exactly how the program works. I'm going to show you a video. The video is about 20 minutes, so be patient and watch it from beginning to end, because I'm going to show you all the different scenarios and different statistics that this software does. And I go into really great detail as to how you can use it, especially for those entrepreneurs entrepreneurs who want to have total control of their own marketing. They don't want to risk like if you're in network marketing, your company having your list. I mean, of course, they get access to your leads. Sometimes we have, other leaders that come in our company and they, give us systems or whatever. Like this is for those people who want to have total control of their own marketing, and especially for those that have a large list or they have a huge customer list where you can just go in, put the leads in there with a click of a button. It's going to load them all in there, your master lead, and then you can just send out emails and have the emails just rolling out 1,200 per hour. They're just going to roll out and you're not going to have to touch it, So jump on my list there to see the software in action. You're going to receive more in-depth video training like this if you jump on that list on how to grow and maximize your list. I'm going to be sending you creative ways for you to stay in touch with your list, and even a portion where I show you how I'm getting unlimited leads for my business every single day. And there's a certain way that I have to do that to be CAN-SPAM compliant. But in that video, when you go to massmailerpro.com and opt on into that list, you're going to get that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the file. The file is going to be located in the description box of this email, as well as a link to MassMailer Pro where you can go and opt in on my list. So talk to you guys later. Send me a message and let me know if this helped you. Bye-bye.